Yes. So you're saying Elon Musk is reckless because of because of his tweets, period, or because of what his tweets have done with Bitcoin? Sorry,
Yeah.
it's current in Orlando. We're on talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and we're here with growth mindset, talking about the future of currencies and cryptocurrencies. And recently, Elon Musk just tweeted that Tesla will not be taking Bitcoin for any to purchase any Tesla vehicles, and that they're not going to sell their Bitcoin. They're going to hold it for future purposes, and that they're going to kind of pause their cryptocurrency acquisitions until cryptocurrencies become more efficient than Bitcoin's currently is, because their mission statement is to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy. So what they want is they still believe in these cryptocurrencies, but they want them to be mined from sustainable resources. And so, Orlando, you were saying he can be reckless with his tweets.
No, well, the thing is that you know Bitcoin hasn't changed; it's still the same. So these issues happened before you jumped in and before you started taking. So why wasn't there research done before to feel that way? Like why did you tweet to the moon and then you get everybody excited because his tweets have power, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so you tweet that, people invest in it, you like it, you buy 1.5 billion, but then on the slide you sell about a billion away too, right? And then when somebody sees it,
Correction, $100,000, a hundred. I think they sold 100 million of their 1.6 billion that they bought in. So what they said was they wanted to test liquidity.
yeah, I mean, but do you really need to test liquidity? Like, you can take out your money whenever you want, at least with Bitcoin.
Ah, well,
So, like,
this is their first foray into it. So
yeah, but you tweet everything else. Why didn't you tweet that? Somebody had to tweet that and put it out there for him to reply to it. And
mhm.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really had nothing to hide, then you should have been like, hey, I'm gonna test if this is actually liquid. I'm gonna prove that it's liquid. So here I'm gonna take out X amount. Why was it done behind the scenes like that? And there's many reasons, right? I mean, I still believe in Bitcoin. I still think that that it's gonna go high. Obviously, whenever it's red like it's going now, it's a time to buy, right? It's definitely a time to buy. I can't really sit here and say that you know Elon Musk tweet is the reason why Bitcoin's going down, because realistically, with all the changes going on in the U.S. Um, with the taxation of currency of Bitcoin and Ethereum and things like that, like that's going to change how they hold it or if they want to keep it, right? So I think that's another reason why people are really pulling selling their Bitcoin and just liquidize. It's just, hey, I want to just pull out my gains right now, right? So that can definitely be the reason why. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons, but I just wish that he was just a little bit more cautious with his tweets, right? Like, just because even the tweet that he like that we were just talking about, where it's like, yeah, we're not just going to accept this anymore. And the big hype was, once these companies start accepting Bitcoin as payment, then it's really going to take off, right? And so when he came out and said that, and then you had Mastercard and other companies kind of come on and say that, then does this mean that are they going to follow suit with Elon and take those away and say we're not going to accept that as payments anymore, or do they see it differently, right?
So a couple of things. I'm not saying his tweets do not have validity. They do.
Mhm.
However, I believe, first of all, cryptocurrencies are relatively risky and volatile as well. They can be rational and irrational as well. Markets are the same. They can be irrational and overreact. When we're talking about Elon Musk's tweets, in my opinion, I think people overreact. This, I think, in the long term of things, will be seen as a blip or as an opportunity to buy. They said they still believe, number one, they still believe in cryptocurrency. Number one. Number two, they're keeping their Bitcoin to be transactional. So they're still going to allow people to buy Bitcoin at a future point in time. Number two. So
You
they
mean buy a Tesla?
yes, yes.
You said Bitcoin. Okay, I was
Sorry.
just okay.
They are going to be allowed to use Bitcoin to buy a Tesla at a certain point in time. And let's just say, and this is being recorded, so we can diarize this and look into this. Bitcoin is $50,000 for a full Bitcoin. Ethereum is under 4,000. Ethereum was over 5,000, I think, earlier today or yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So right now the markets are overreacting. People need to, if people are long term looking to utilize these currencies or keep these currencies, now in the long term will be seen as an opportunity to buy.
100.
That is my belief. But if you are irrational and you sold, let's just say you had a full Bitcoin and you sell $50,000 worth of Bitcoin right now. If we fast forward end of the year, even next year, and Bitcoin is $100,000, you lost out on 50%. Right now, the markets are down. What was it? NASDAQ, no, Dow was down close to almost 700 points, 680 points today. NASDAQ lost another, I think it was over 1% again today. Yesterday, it lost 2%. And we're talking about this is May 12th, 2011, or 2021. And people are pulling their hair out. And this is why you always need to have cash. You always need to have cash on the side. If you are 100% invested right now, you're pulling your hair out. Why did he tweet this? I'm not saying Elon Musk is not responsible. I'm not saying that he didn't tweet things and he shouldn't, but Trump tweeted things too. Like, we need to be steady, keep our head on our shoulders, because the roof is not coming off. And trust me, this will not be the end of this. I think there's going to be more pain to be had in the future. However, if you were a consistent, educated investor, and you believe in it long term, you would buy these dips. I have cash. Full disclosure, I have Tesla shares. I'm not saying they're right for everybody, but if Tesla gets to, in my opinion, like $500, I have to buy. Like, for that value, I have to buy. Analysts are valuing this over $1,000 right now, and you're going to get it at half price. Wait a year or two, it could be double, if not triple, and yet you're pulling your hair out because he tweeted. So, like, that's what I'm saying. People need to stay steady, stay focused on the goal. They get distracted from all this talk. He said this, she said this. Stay focused.
But, to your point, though, it's all about what you're in it for. Some people are just in it for the quick buck. And so that tweet just met, oh, man, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit in. It'll go up 20% in a week. I'll pull my money out. And I made 20%, and because it happened a month ago, right? And so some people are doing that. And when you do something like that and that tweet comes out, then you're upset because now either you have to pull it off, you have to pull your money out, and now you're down 11, what is it, like 11 or 15% in 7 days, or you have to stay in there a lot longer than what you wanted to, and now you're upset, right? So that's why I always say you have to have your different buckets, right? Like, you have to have your long-term play, you have to have your mid-term play, and your short-term play, right?
Yes.
And you got to make sure that you're not putting your long-term money in a short-term play, because if it doesn't pan out, you're going to be kicking yourself on the butt, right? Like, for sure, right? And if and like you said, if you truly believe in that, then you should be in it long-term. I mean, there's people who suffered years while it was going down and up, and it was almost got all the way back down to like a couple $100, and and there's always value as long as people put value in it, right? This is why Dogecoin is such a hot topic, right? Because you can say it's a meme coin all you want, but as long as people put value in it, there's value. Just like our dollar, right? Like if everybody burnt the dollar bill and said we see no value in it, we're not going to use this, then you can't use it as a society if we make that choice. But because we put value on a dollar, it's that's what it's worth, right? And so
especially
I
because
think
the dollar isn't backed by anything. By what we have seen the last 2 years, by what we've seen since 2008, dollars can be printed and made out of thin air.
mhm.
And they'll come back at some later point and either change the tax law or increase their taxes to get their quote unquote pound of flesh.
Yeah, for sure.
However, this is, in my opinion, if you are doing these coins that ETH down, Bit Green, like these coins that aren't even a penny, if you are doing those, it is pure speculation unless you know the companies and what is actually going on behind the scenes. Like Solar Coin, like think about this. Like this is Solar Coin. I would like to know if this is actually like a solar coins developed from solar energy. That would mine from solar energy. That would be very good. This is the all-time chart. And so at one point, this was actually $2.38, 2018. So, and I'm not advising this, but if we go back to Elon's quote saying that they want to see when cryptocurrencies become more efficient or they're developed from solar energy, essentially, if you're looking deeper into his quote, I wonder if you put $100 in this one, if it shoots up, because it turns out, you know what, this is actually created from solar energy. Wouldn't that be interesting to actually discover? Like, I want to see news on this just in case. But like, wouldn't that be pretty insane?
It would be.
Like we're looking at this one right now, and this could actually be one of those that actually shoots up. But we don't know, right? We do not know.
No, we do not. This is why you have to have a long-term play.
You got to have some sort to participate in the market. So that's why I stick to these as they're the main coins, right? They each have their own purpose, right? Bitcoin, obviously, the start of the platform, understanding the blockchain, having a fixed supply as well. I like over here because it tells you the total supply. And so this one's actually probably one of the closer ones to getting to their total supply. However, when you look at like Ethereum, there's no fixed
Supply.
fixed supply, right? And then like Dogecoin, I think of Dogecoin as like being the meme of coins. You know what I mean? Like they say it's the people's coin, but I feel like it's the meme of the coins. So I would think of Ethereum as like a Dell or a Mac. I would say like no, sorry, a Dell running Windows. Like I think of Ethereum as Windows. It's like very mainstream. It's a little bit better than the original one. Quicker trading. You can run Nifties or NFTs on that platform as well. And I think that's what's driving up the price as well. Dogecoin for memes. Cardano is, in my opinion, the Mac of these coins. And I think that one has opportunity. And then Ripple, I like is like, how do I think of it? Like kind of like the sideshow, like let's say the middle child of cryptocurrencies. That's what I think in terms of Ripple. But besides that, like I don't know, like Bitcoin Cash, some people like as well, but I'm not sure necessarily why they're
If you look at Chainlink too, like if you would have gotten to Chainlink 2 months ago, you'd be laughing, right?
Let
Like
me look.
Chainlink has had a huge run in the last few months, right? Like now it's kind of cooled off, right?
Chainlink. This is number 13, but let me see this. That's last 7 days. You said a couple months ago.
Yeah, if you look at it about like 3 months, about 3 months ago is at like $32. If you look at it 6 months ago, it was at 14, $17.
I have one.
Like
Yeah,
6 months ago, it was trading at like $16.
yeah, got down to
Back in
10
December,
in
right? So
December.
he made a lot of money.
But
But
you would have had to hold.
and that was my point. This is why you need to have conviction in what you're doing. You need to do your research in the crypto space that you're in, and you need to. And if you believe in it, you need to hold it, because if you would have made a couple dollars and pulled out, then you would have missed the real growth of it, right? If right here you would have bought in August 2020, and then it went up right before it got to September, and you sold it because you thought that was it, then you would have missed that whole growth from like January all the way up until May, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like you really have to know. You have to have, in anything in life, you have to have an exit strategy, right? You have to know what's your investment purpose, right? What is your purpose out of this money? Is it to pay off debt? Is it to buy a house, or is it just to retire? So if you're doing it to just pay off debt, once you get to that number that you want for your debt, you just pull it out and go. There's no need to play around with it. But if you're doing it to retire on, then you just ride it out, right? Until you feel like you've got all you can out of it.
Mm-hmm. So down here, it'll tell you more information on it. Like it's founded is a blockchain abstraction layer that enables universal connection, smart contracts. Okay, that's key. Decentralized, securely interact with external data feeds. But this will be key because I want to look up actually the solar one as well. What makes this is key. It is one of the first networks to allow integration of off-chain data into smart contracts. With many trusted partners, Chainlink is one of the major players in the data processing field. Due to the integration of off-chain data, Chainlink has attracted the attention of numerous trusted data providers, including Brave New Coin, Alpha Vantage, and Oibi. Data providers can sell access to data directly to Chainlink, thus monetizing the information they have as a decentralized network. And Chainlink allows users to become node operators and earn revenue by running critical data infrastructure required for blockchain's purposes. Chainlink uses large collection of node operators to collectively power a wide range of decentralized price feed. Interesting. I would like to say that invest at your own discretion, and Orlando and I don't necessarily condone any of these coins specifically. Full disclosure, I don't think we've endorsed or pushed or pumped any coins that we do have. It was more so for informational purposes.
Yes, I second that disclaimer.
The live solar coin price today. Well, that's live data. Well, tell us more about the coin. Solar coin is down. As a cryptocurrency, supply with that in circulation. The last known price down 2.8% over the last. It is currently trading on 4 active markets with $0 traded over the last 24 hours. I don't believe that's correct. Unless, because people are buying and selling it. So it has to be, you know what I mean? People have to have bought and sold it. Yeah, interesting. It doesn't say anything specifically about it being like from green energy, but going back to our original discussion, I think that is what Elon Musk and Tesla is looking to see. And what is interesting, and this is purely a moonshot, but what if Tesla gets into creating their own currency, right? And they do that from their solar energy, and they can say these are 100% green coins, and people can buy them or exchange them for other coins, right? That would be very interesting to actually see because they're creating this and getting into their market, a market that they can hold multiple currencies, can trade currencies. But even look, remember, so one thing you'd have to go back to the beginning of the video, but I look at the total global crypto market cap. This has been continually increasing. We can click on the read more, but this was down 10% after Elon Musk's tweet, and it's actually started to come back up already. So as I told you, people overreact to things. And what you need to do is keep your head on straight, think about your long-term goal and what the purpose of it is, and stay focused on that. If your money, if you had short-term money in this, you need to watch it because you know it could change with a quote, or if you needed the money, right? But it would be very interesting to actually see. But if you have long term, now is an opportunity to buy. You buy this down, even if it goes back to neutral, you go back up 11.5%. So let's just read what it says quickly. The total crypto market value over the last 24 hours is 304 billion. Oh, that's just the volume, which makes a 31% increase. The total volume of the digital finance is currently over 30 billion. That's a 10.17% of the total crypto market. So 24-hour volume, the volume of all stable coins. So stable coins are the main coins, meaning like the top coins. And so the value of all the stable coins is 242, almost 243 billion, which is almost 80% of the total of the crypto market 24-hour volume. So the stable coins, I think it's the top 20 coins are stable coins. The top 20 coins are stable coins, and everything else is altcoins, meaning alternative coins.
Yeah.
And so all those tiny ones we were looking at, those are all altcoins. However, the main coins, the top 20, are the stable coins. So that's why I'm saying, Orlando, I led to earlier, is that with this Dogecoin in here, this is a stable coin for right now. You know what I mean? Like this has billions of dollars in it. Even though it's valued so small, it is billions of dollars, but it is still almost 1/10 of the market cap of Ethereum. And so I think long term, you're going to be surprised. People are going to be surprised how many of these actually stick around and have longevity.
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you.
Anything you want to add? Anything you want to see?
No, I think we touched base on all the little coins, where they're at, what they're doing. I'll tell you what, though, if you guess right,
Yeah.
you can get big.
Well, this is the one we were talking about earlier, right? The Shiba Inu. And yeah, like in the last days, like you would have earned over 10 times your money. Last 7 days, you would have earned over 10 times your money, but it's still down 25%. But that 25% is still relatively small compared to what it was up, right?
But it all depends on when you get in, right?
All depends on that. Like here's another one I've been watching for Vane. That's still down 20%. Like, but another thing is, what are the percentages? So this up 7 days was based off of that small number. So let's just say 1 times this percentage. Then it goes up to, let's just say $11. And then it loses $11, it loses 24% of those $11. You've actually lost almost $3. You know what I mean? You've lost like over $2.50.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is still a significant percentage of this, because it might actually be like, this would actually be 300% down from what it was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just relatively using the math. And I just want to see this, and you'll see this play out actually in the graph. So what were we looking at? We were looking at the last 7 days. So look how small it was, and it shot up to here, and then it went back down, and it's still here. And so that's why I'm saying, like, from here is, what was the high point? Yeah, let's just say 39 cents. Just take away those zeros. Like, how many of them is there? 3, 4, 5, I believe. And then you come down to here. Well, that was 38, and this is 20. So you actually lost 50% from the high, but they're basing, like, so that's what I'm saying. The 7-week number is like a penny. It goes up to 38, and then it goes down to 20. You lost almost 50% from the high, which, you know what I mean? So that's when I think they like play with the percentages to make it look a little bit like it's not as volatile as it actually is, because we're seeing this down 26% up here. So very, very interesting. I'm very interested to see how this works out in the future, and let us know what you guys think of this episode, just showing you some of the things that we're watching in terms of the crypto markets. And maybe we could do this and look at some stocks and see what we actually look at and value, actually.
Absolutely. Maybe that'll be the next episode.
Yeah. So like, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you learned something, and feel free to comment down below.
Have a great night.
Night.